For our relationship, I also have a podcast and a newsletter called Directionally Correct. It's a People Analytics podcast, #1 in the world. And we just joined the Work Defined Network, so we're pretty excited about it.
Did he say the number one?
The #1 people analytics.
Dropped it like it was nothing. That's awesome. How'd you get into this gig? How'd you ever start your career?
So I have a background of a PhD in industrial organizational psychology. So not the traditional route to HR by any means. Yeah, PSYOP. I'm actually co-chairing a conference later this year for PSYOP. So yeah, I'm big in PSYOP.
That's a fun group.
I'm deep. That's a deep cut.
That's a fun group.
Yeah.
That's a group that's not afraid of alcohol.
It's not afraid of alcohol, and it's not afraid of having really nerdy conversations.
Really nerdy.
Yes.
I got invited there by Open Assessments 100 years ago.
Really?
And Dr. Hogan.
Yeah. He's a wild guy.
Dude, I wouldn't watch anybody on a TV with him
Yeah.
for an entire night, and he was still up and low, like nobody's business.
I tried to get him on my podcast, and the team at Hogan was like, "Are you sure you want him on the podcast? He says some wild stuff."
They're so jerk there.
Yeah.
He does, and some of it's because I think he's just trying to keep himself interested.
Yeah.
You know, like, how do I keep this after 30 years or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Like, how do I keep myself interested? I'll say some outrageous stuff.
Yeah. I mean, who's listening, right? Except for everybody.
Except for everybody. You know, one of the things I learned about biopsychologists is that the school in which you graduated from and your committee, those are like important things.
You know secret things. How do you find these things out? These are the things that don't leave the IO community.
Dude, it is crazy because
Yeah.
everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, who's on your committee? Oh, yeah. Okay. And then there's like judgment.
There is judgment. I'm frequently on the other side of that judgment. I went to the illustrious Louisiana Tech program. It's not illustrious. It is.
La Tech.
Yeah, La Tech. I'm
Okay.
from rural North Louisiana, so as you know, let's do as one does. Right?
100%. No, La Tech famously beat Alabama in 2007.
Well, twice actually, 1998 and 2007.
Well, 98.
Yeah, so it's a little while ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
saving his first year.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a big deal.
that was a big deal.
That's right. La Tech's right on I-20.
I-20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's fantastic.
you know I-20.
I do.
Living in Arlington.
I do, baby.
Yeah,
I-20 goes all the way to Atlanta.
yeah, it does.
So, okay, so you're here at HR Tech, and you've been here for 23 hours-ish,
Yeah, 23 hours.
which is perfect, by the way. This is, if you want to learn how to do things, this is the way to do it, right?
Yeah, this is the Zen way of doing conferences.
100%. And especially in Vegas.
Yeah.
Did you turn into a vampire at one point? There's no need. So I do want to ask some people analytics questions, because I know the audience care. What are you looking at right now? What's, you know how it is, we're here month to month.
Yeah.
Things are trending, etc. What are you looking at?
Well, one of the things that is actually, there's kind of two interesting things going on in people analytics simultaneously. One is it's actually a really exciting time, and one is it's actually a really challenging time. But I'll start with the challenging time. We've actually seen that there's a high watermark of people analytics roles in 2022, and it's actually gone down since then. It's the first time that's ever happened in the history of people analytics. So it has been a challenge. The exciting part of it is a lot of what is kind of current day people analytics tomorrow, I think, is going to be like AI transformation, workforce transformation, all the things that are really hot right now that everyone's talking at the conference about. Most people, like the way I look at it is you really need probably 4 skill sets to do that. And people analytics is one of the only ones. So you've got to understand data, you've got to understand technology, you've got to understand AI, and you've got to be able to do implementation or change management efforts. That's people analytics bread and butter. And so I think it's incredibly well positioned for the future. It just might lose its name at some point, which is an interesting point.
Right. Where is, in your mind, where's storytelling?
So storytelling, that would actually be kind of like legacy people analytics. So that's,
Right.
you know, I think a lot of the vendors out here are saying AI is going to tell the story for you. I'm skeptical,
I'm very skeptical.
very skeptical,
Not a buyer.
not a buyer. All right, but I think historically speaking, that was a key differentiator between what I've always called like a good analyst and a bad analyst,
Right.
is storytelling. It's always storytelling.
Yeah. You got to be able to bring people in, contextualize, get them to understand it, and hear the implications of some of the pathways, etc.
Absolutely.
So do you help with both software and consulting?
I kind of neither.
Neither?
So I do research. I use Lightcast data to show kind of
Yes.
art of the possible.
Right.
And honestly, I get to tell stories with data. It's I know that I'm not saying that just because you just
We
said
drink, we drink our own champagne. here.
Exactly.
That's what we do, babies.
And so a lot of people, especially the layperson, don't understand what you can do with data
Right.
or how effective it is in terms of driving decision making for organizations. And sometimes you need a soothsayer of sorts that will come in and show you the art of the possible, and that's my work.
Yeah, to me that tracks because it's the seeing around the corner, especially working with an expert that's done it with other people and understands it and says, okay, here's 3 different things you can think about with this particular data. And again, getting people's ears open to like,
Yeah.
oh, I had no idea.
Well, I like to scare them a little bit too.
Yeah.
So all I talk about nowadays is like geopolitics,
100%.
AI disruption, labor
North Korea,
shortages,
yeah.
North Korea. Who's not talking about North Korea, right?
It's
Can't get
all-
me to stop.
It's all the deep fakes. Just the deep fakes. We're gonna, this podcast is going to be right out of right now.
They're listening.
Cole's not here.
They're always listening.
Cole's back in North Texas. So, kidding, not kidding. Do you see fraud? Or do you think there's going to be an increase in fraud in people analytics?
Well, I would say there's already a huge increase in fraud in talent acquisition,
100%.
and that bleeds into analytics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say it's already happened.
Okay.
The cat's out of the bag.
Well, the thing is like you look back at staffing, and staffing's always happened.
Yeah.
People that showed up and use badge, that type of stuff. And now you've got even in payroll.
Can I just ask you this? Like,
Yeah.
how it's always been an issue. How much is like this a case of it's always been there, or is this like is it orders of magnitude larger now? Is the problem greater? Or is it the same? It's always been.
Plato wrote the Republic. You're like, Elvis once said, no, Plato wrote the Republic almost 4,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And he talked about it in one chapter about the Hornets.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Okay.
The Hornets will always be there. They've always been there, and they will always be there.
William, you're an impressive dude. I'm just comparing podcasting notes here for a second. I've never made a Plato reference on any of my podcasts. You're just next level. I have so much to learn from you.
I just thank the audience that were in the session. I thank them for the Jay-Z reference.
Yeah.
So although, as Jay-Z once said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. Appreciate that. The people are like, I'm not sure I understand what we're doing
What's
here.
happening now? Are they allowed to do this?
All right, I do want to ask this question about, we're here a year from now.
Yeah.
Maybe at the
Or hopefully not. I mean, who
No,
knows?
come
Yeah.
on, you're
All right, I'm gonna be here for 23 hours.
Dude, you can make 50 minutes.
I can, yeah.
So good.
I'll do what I can.
What are we talking about? If we're
Next
here-
year.
Yeah, next year.
Well, if we're on the trend, so last year was AI, this year's agents, next year is autonomous agents. That's just I don't know if that's a spicy take or not, or just cynical. But the reality is, unless somebody invents a new term like they did with like talent intelligence a few years ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, which no one knew what that meant.
but it was provocative.
Oh my God, it was so.
Everybody loved it.
The year before that, all the background checks companies came out with, basically they're going to do monitoring.
Yeah,
So now it's a SaaS model, is you do the pre-check, and then you're going to go into the employee and go check them every month.
well,
Oh, exactly.
that's talent intelligence right there.
See, I think we'll know we'll arrive at this particular conference when no one talks about it.
Really?
Yeah, because it becomes ubiquitous. Like,
I said something like that yesterday. We were having an internal discussion on the product side of the house.
right.
And one of our leaders in product said, well, what do you think is going to be the case 5 years from now? And I said, the term AI is going to be boring. Like, it's going to be banal. to say that.
Yeah.
It's like, I went on the internet today. The internet.
You have mail.
Do you have internet in your product now? We have internet in our product.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to a point with cloud or SaaS where it's like, we don't have to talk about SaaS.
No.
There's nobody out there with a thing that says, the software is coming through the internet.
Yeah. Not to mention all the autocorrect issues. I don't know if you ever tried to type SaaS, but it always correct. Like, it's so annoying.
Especially with my language,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to proofread that.
It's like,
But I honestly believe AI, Gen AI, agentic AI, I think the how is so not important and so over the head of the average practitioner, not to offend. But it's like they don't care how, they care about the outcomes.
yeah.
And should.
They care about the prescription. So I've been saying this for years, but I think it's really relevant with AI. Is for years in data and analytics, Everybody just wants to report the weather. And all people want to know is, should I bring an umbrella or not? That's all they want. They don't care what the humidity level is, or like
70% humidity.
whatever that little thing that spins that reads the wind temperature or whatever. I don't know. And all they want to know is, should I bring an umbrella?
I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
Us being in Texas,
Yes.
it's not that much. You're going to be okay.
We're doing our best.
It's just, my dad used to, this is 100 years ago, my dad would say, if you want to know Texas weather, go outside.
Yep. It's there.
There you go.
And it's hot.
Error on the side, and you're good.
Well, Las Vegas is pretty hot too.
So how's the company? How's everything going?
Yeah, Lightcast is doing amazing.
Okay.
At a conference like this, I mean, we partner with almost 100 different HR tech vendors. They embed our data into their tools. We're really a data company.
Right.
Like we do analytics, we do all of these like kind of intelligence gathering functions. But at our core, we are a data company. A lot of companies say that, we really are. And so
they
it's,
do telling something.
and the proof is in the pudding in terms of how many other companies use our data, and they say they use our data too,
Right.
because they're proud. And I think that's huge for us. But obviously, like we do a lot of B2C stuff as well, and people. I mean, workforce planning right now is as hot as it's probably ever been, maybe since 2008. And I think that if that's not going anywhere anytime soon, and you know what is needed to do good workforce planning? Supply and demand data. You know what we sell? Supply and demand data.
It's gotta be good. You're never gonna have perfect. I'm always careful to tell people if you're looking for perfect,
Yes.
stop. Don't do that. Just get on the train and try.
Yep.
And we're doing okay. This has been wonderful. I know you got to take off from the airport. For the audience, we both live in North Texas and have not been perfect in person.
Yeah, this was delightful.
We had to come to Vegas.
We had to come to Vegas to meet. I've been trying to lunch with you for years, much to my chagrin. So,
I'm such a hermit.
Yeah.
Such a hermit. Brother, thank you so much for being
yeah,
here.
it was fantastic. Your podcast game is next level.
Always.
I really appreciate it.
All righty, and we're out.
Little birds.
Cowboys.